Seems things ain't changed since slavery days. Man, I still feel whipped and chained. Broken, abused, bloody, bruised, and all my scars still remain. No, I ain't gonna put that all on you. I do share in part the blame. Some of the things I do and the eyes I see through have joined in the cause of my pain. So you don't have to tell me that I'm hunted. I know it, and the shit gets thicker. Cause over one shoulder I watch for white sheets, and over the other the underprivileged black man behind the trigger. See, I never felt the whip slash. I never been a sharecropper nor cotton picker. And outwardly, to my face, no white man has ever called me nigger. Though I was raised in a place where I fight to escape every day like a living hostage. It's an experiment on how long before I kill myself in this bitch, and that's why they call it the projects. And if the president spent one night in my residence listening to those hungry children cry, he'd see what takes precedent. He'd hear how they howl when their stomachs growl and no food is all that's relevant. Then as he stands in front of a judge, he could not use that as evidence. So he'll be made victim of a system that forced him to poverty and then held him there with their prejudice. See, if he suffered from the lack of knowledge and a few centuries of neglect, in this country he'd feel like a foster child that's been adopted just for the check. And there's something that bothers me very deeply about this little known fact, and it's the first to die for that flag we hold high, most don't even know was a black man. But we're spending billions on searching the galaxy. See, I truly believe that's unfair, because that's money better spent on the intelligent life forms that we cannot find right here. Then he asked me to be all I could be and grow angry when I'm honest. No, I cannot fight for the red, blue, and white until Bin Laden knocked down something in the projects. And when it comes to these inequalities, I could never say enough. So I end, if this is the American dream, before you leave, please, wake me up, wake me up, wake me up.
Amazingly, basically waiting patiently to break me into the major leagues. So anxious to break the beat. We don't like the victory that is making me be back more faithfully 7 days away. And it ain't cause I got to take the lead. I'm be aware that the protectors be on the air, pretty secure. I'm afraid to become from a history of slavery. Any negative thing that you would ever say to me.
Fake thug, no love, you get the slug.
In the hip-hop community now, unfortunately, you know, it's a lot of distractions. You know, like the culture can be blinding because it's extremely bright, you know, and a lot of shining. You know, we're doing a lot of shining right now. We're supposed to do some shining. You're supposed to reap some, you know, benefits, reap some of the fruits off of the seeds that you planted. It's only right, you know. But I think it has become to a point where we forgot about the reason, you know, why we are shining. We forgot about what we did to get this. And I mean, a lot of us started from a particular point, which means we got to refer back to that point because somebody is now at that point that we left, and we have to feed them something. You know what I mean? We can't tell them, well, where we at now, where we shining at now, you can shine too. But you can. But you can't start here. You got to start with what you have. You got to work with what you have amongst the people who you working with and build up. You know, a lot of cats try to just jump into the game and automatically think you could buy, you know, buy you a chain and buy you a hat and play the part, and you have no respect for the craft and have no respect for the dudes that put in that work.
I say, oh, rap is dead, hip hop is dead, like it moved to the South, like all that is bogus to me. Like, yeah, the South was popping. That's gangsters. I love them niggas down there. My whole family's from the South. We all from the South, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing towards against them. It's just like, yo, man, we gotta keep it popping right now, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't let these dudes dictate which way this thing is going. We in control of this situation. You know?
Like I like what the homeboy Soulja Boy is doing. You know what I mean? I like the fact that everybody that's coming out now don't have to be so hardcore that, you know, we already facing the bad rap as it is. So what's wrong with it? What's wrong with making up a new dance?
Snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey.
If you like it, it's all right. It's all right to like something that, you know, it's not popular on the block, so to speak, because some dudes are just too tough to admit anything.
As long as you come in with that same energy, man, and you don't never water your shit down, like you said, don't let the industry dictate what you're doing, I think, like, you can have a long career in this business.
You know, I came up on a lot of artists, you know, Cool G Rap, Chuck D, KRS-One, Ice-T, Too Short, like, and I can't remember too many artists that I didn't like. And I noticed that when I read a lot now, like, kids are quick to say, oh, that don't sound like that. They ain't rapping. That beat is la la la. That's a Casio beat. Like, what's wrong with a Casio beat? Before you had an MP 6000, well, how was you making beat? Like, Sugar Hill made live music. They was on the drums. They was on the keyboard. Like, you play that today in the club, it bump. Let's not forget where we was at. This is what we were, is how it would enable us to get where we are at now.
I think we in the hip hop community need to stop blaming the corporations and stop, you know, putting it on corporate responsibility. Like, oh, we're saying these things in hip hop and we're doing these things because the man is making me do it. You know, it's the man. Like, it's always easy to blame the man. But we have a lot of power now. Like, we're in control of the music that we're putting out there. We're in control of the media, really, when it comes to covering hip hop. And we need to exert that power. Like, we need to show people how powerful we are. Because we have shown through the success stories of people like Jay-Z, P. Diddy, 50 Cent, like, all of these guys are worth so much money. So you see what type of power the hip hop community has.
Where they have a single mind. You have a bunch of individual artists, and in large part, a lot of them are unaware of any history. I mean, you know, if you grew up in the inner city and you know, you learn what you learned. You learn American history, and you learn a few things, Benjamin Banneker, and you learn, you know. But you know, so the information is important that it gets out to the people that kids look as leaders.
Like, as far as myself, what I could do, you know what I'm saying, by people hearing me speak about certain information and speak on topics like this, it'll make them not scared to speak about it. Because you might have certain artists that like, damn, Prodigy, you really talking like some shit, like, you know what I'm saying, you taught me something just now. And it might influence them now, you know what I'm saying, to start learning and speaking on certain things, you know what I mean? Like, artists can't be scared to speak out. You can't be scared to get on, you know, documentaries like this and speak on it, and get on like radio and speak on it.
The reasons why I really wanted to be involved in the Hip Hop versus America show was I felt like it was something different, and I felt like it was something that we needed. I think hip hop has always had these discussions, but they haven't been put out there, you know, in a wide platform like, you know, BET, and that's what we did with Hip Hop versus America. We were like, look, you need to pay attention to this. You know, pause for a second. You know, the videos are gonna come on later, but right now we want to talk to you, and that's what Hip Hop versus America was. And I think the overwhelming response that I've personally got from that has showed me that people are interested in that, and that they do want to see that. People have opinions, they have, you know, voices, and those voices need to